What's up, guys and gals? Jared here with another spooky movie review. So it's been a long 40 years, but we finally got a proper sequel to John Carpenter's 1978 film Halloween, titled Halloween. 40 years since Laurie Strode survived a vicious attack from crazed killer Michael Myers. Locked up in an institution, Myers manages to escape when his bus transfer goes horribly wrong. Laurie now faces a terrifying showdown when the masked madman returns to Haddonfield. But this time, she's ready for him. So is Michael Myers scarier than ever? Let's find out. Now, before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Halloween in the comments down below. Did you like this rework of the franchise, and how does this rank amongst the other Halloween films? Now let's get into some of the good things this film did. David Gordon Green and team did a wonderful job at bringing this shape back to the big screen in this really worthy story. None of this hokey cult stuff. Instead, this movie really is a direct sequel to the original film, and it kind of peppers in all of these little details to almost make this a standalone film, but it does fill in kind of what has been happening over this last 40 years between the first film and this one. You may lose a few elements, but like I said, this is pretty much a standalone film, and it is a great film. And it was pretty cool how they made all of these kind of little homages to the original, like the score, which I'll get to in a little bit. The font, the credits, certain shots, certain plot points, not fully showing Michael Myers' face, and this really long tracking shot just following him going through houses onto the street. It was really good. Speaking of the score, John Carpenter's eerie but yet iconic theme for Michael Myers is back in this film. But they kind of did update it a little bit, kind of giving it more bass, kind of more crisper sound, and honestly, hell, I'd party to this song. This obviously brings the terror back into the Halloween franchise, but also some of the newer songs, newer themes that they had in this film. I think one of them, it's Michael Kills Again. I listened to that again, and that was one that really stuck out to me in the movie when I was hearing it, and I was like, this is creepy. This makes for a very suspenseful movie. Like I said, the score really provides this creepiness and hair standing on end vibe, and it's not only the old songs, but the newer ones that they added in. Jamie Lee Curtis returns to the franchise as this unhinged, almost crazy person herself with definitely a vibe of Sarah Connor. And she does a wonderful job at playing this character that is definitely, like, in a weird way, going out for revenge, but in a justified way. She's uneasy. You can see the terror in her eyes when she finds out that Michael Myers is back on the loose. She was the much-needed component of this movie to hold the glue of this franchise together, and her dynamic relationship with Michael Myers is what drove this film. Speaking of Michael Myers... Yeah, baby, yeah! This dude is brutal this time around. I mean, obviously in the first film, he kills a few people. That is brutal in a sense. But this one, all of it, like 40 years of rage just built up. He's going out. There's a lot of bodies in this one, and they are not just like kind of a choke out, slash, whatever like that. These are brutal. The terror from this character is real. He's just sneaking around. He's popping out of nowhere. And there's this one scene with like a motion sensing light. You know the outcome. You can see it coming. But the suspense that builds up in this scene, it was one that really jumped out at me. Unfortunately, Halloween was not perfect. Personally, I thought some of the character motivations or kind of through lines were completely off, completely didn't line up with what they had established in the first 30 minutes of the film. The boyfriend-girlfriend relationship kind of felt like it was ham-fisted. I'll ignore that one, but the one relationship or person I'm talking about is Dr. Santane. Halfway through the film, he has this weird kind of turn, completely switches up who he is as a character. I thought the movie was going to go in this one other direction. Thank God it didn't go in that way, and it kind of corrects itself. But that's one person or motivation that I just felt like it wasn't needed, and it just kind of threw me off when I was watching the movie. One last thing, and this was a personal thing to me, maybe not for any of you guys, but every time someone was like, grandmother, yeah, obviously Jamie Lee Curtis is a grandmother, she has a granddaughter, but everyone's like, where's grandmother? Oh no, have you talked to grandmother? Where is grandmother? I don't know, maybe it just felt weird to me, but it just felt like we were in the 1950s, and everyone was like a news talkie, like, grandmother. Overall, Halloween is a suspenseful horror thriller that does correct the franchise, but does stumble a little bit on its way. With a solid story, some nostalgic shots, a creepy score, and some really great performances, but with some character motivations kind of flip-flopping and the use of grandmother, I'd recommend checking out Halloween. This is a perfect spooky film for this time of year and a great addition to the overall franchise. So what did you guys think of this brand new Halloween film? I want to know in the comments down below. As always, you can find me on the social medias at Jared Buckendahl on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Stardust. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Again, I think we still have that t-shirt contest in the Gleam link down below. Check it out in the description. Win a free t-shirt. There's many other videos on my channel. And until next time, I'll see you later.